Welcome back, sports fans, true believers. Mechamadness, June 9th. The Armageddon Star Blades are running a very complicated force. But we're fighting over a solar farm with a mech bay and a couple of other things. And as you come around the corner, of course, today, the Draconis Combine, 7th Sword of Light, is ponying up for the battle. Deathmatch. Turn 1. The Tokugawa's challengers and a few other units moved to the cover of the buildings, not knowing what the enemy forces look like. However, in turn 1, there was a lot of fire exchanged and damage. No true losses yet for the Draconis Combine. We did manage, however, to crack one enemy helicopter with flak damage from the Akuma and pound out some Aero 4s at the oncoming tanks. As we were looking around, there we go. We were trying to get back here to hit those tanks in the rear. JES 2s and 3s and more. Tokugawa was flanked out once the artillery shells started landing. 6 shells missed. Tokugawa's red and the yellow lances flanked out. Naginata moved up. Mechs went around a corner. And then as you look at it, the enemy JESs sat there and threw lots of long-range artillery shells at us. His peregrines haven't moved yet. That was terrifying, to say the least. However, the Tokugawas are getting ready to push the line. Going into the next turn, turn 3, we bombed the life out of 2 of his Shiltron primes to cut down on his artillery. Percentage, we got him down to 1. My helicopters went in the rear, taking damage so we could tag and spot for indirect fire. So it's all good there. We lost 3 Tokugawas. Going into it, we weren't expecting the Tokugawas to make it. Their job was to push the line and throw the enemy off. Our JES-2 took a lot of damage from indirect fire and some direct shots. A couple of the Tokugawas were crippled, but they managed to push on. The enemy broke out Demolisher 2 Thunderbolt editions. Enemy peregrines pounced on one of my JES tanks, along with another helicopter to finish it off. Mech forces haven't truly been engaged yet. They've been taking pot shots, but that was all about to change. Turn 4, the Mauler got mauled, and the Sunder took it all to the face. All of the Tokugawas were destroyed by this point, but we managed to clear out both the Aero 4 demolishers and both of the Thunderbolts, and we managed to crack the final Shiltron. So the enemy had lost all their artillery, and we were starting to work on their indirect fire. However, I lost one of my JES-2s to combine with the helicopters pounding it out. But that was a sacrifice I was willing to make because the rest of my force proceeded unimpeded towards the enemy, pounding out shots as we went. Turn 2 was the big decisive turn where I took out 66% of the artillery and some of the things. This is the last turn, and the crowning moment was cracking both of his mechs, one of his JES-2s, smashing both of his Hetzers, and losing the Sunder in the process. However, we pounded the enemy into scrap. Luckily, my opponent did not focus fire on taking out my artillery pieces. He did manage to take out a JES. I'm glad he didn't go after my Shiltrons. I pointed to where the Shiltron and the JES-2s were hiding. The Naginata got pounded in the face and almost went into crits. Thanks for watching.